providing options for respite care for families. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Ross. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for inviting me back, Jill.
Let's talk about a recent event in your district, and this happened in the Kennett Square area. Talk to us a little bit about what happened and how you're working to mitigate this situation.
Well, Kennett Area Senior Center in my district has a drop-in center for seniors that are living with their relatives and who have some limited amount of confusion and can't really be left completely on their own, but aren't severely impaired. And someone made a complaint about the facility, and a state regulator from the Department of Aging came down, inspected, and asked if any of the people that they were dealing with in this drop-in program had any impairments. The person said, well, yes, they have some impairment. And without further investigation, the person from the Department of Aging said, well, you must now shut down the program immediately, throwing these people back onto their family without really much warning at all. And they complained to me about this as family members and also the senior center. It seemed particularly unfortunate because the program had been running successfully for about 6 years with previous review by the Department of Aging, and also in with cooperation from the County Department of Aging, who saw it as a potential model for the future. And what was missed in the inspection was the fact that the senior center actually checked all of the incoming applicants to make sure that they were not severely impaired, and had a whole series of checks so that they would then refer on those that were more significantly impaired, people that had more advanced Alzheimer's or had inability to move easily or were readily confused, onto a licensed adult daycare that was nearby.
So what's the difference then between this drop-in center and a licensed facility?
Well, a licensed facility is significantly more expensive. It does obviously get some support for the low-income folks through Medicaid and other services, but you have to have a severe impairment in order to qualify for that. Furthermore, for the less impaired seniors, they really aren't interested in being in that kind of a setting. They find it a bit depressing. It perhaps bothers them a little bit, so they're not willingly going to go into that facility. But having a drop-in center for these folks is very important for the families because it gives them much needed relief, particularly if it's both members of the family are working. There may be other children involved in the household, for the grandchildren essentially. So respite care is huge for these people, and shutting down this facility was really the wrong message. We're trying to figure out more tools to allow people to age in place with their family members in a home-like setting so that they're not forced early into a nursing home, which is tremendously expensive and in many cases is not really particularly desirable for the people that need some additional attention.
So where does this issue stand at this point? If this senior center had been operating successfully for 6 years or so, how have you worked to mitigate this situation? Is it now reopened?
Yes, I did intervene with the Department of Aging, complained about this, urged them to reconsider this decision, and fortunately we were able to get it reversed. And we've also now got a conversation going between the licensed adult daycares and the senior centers to make sure that we get a clear definition of where the line is between those that need the one facility and those that are satisfactorily handled in the other. And we're going to get that line straightened out, and I hope actually that we'll be able to spread this idea elsewhere throughout the Commonwealth, because I think it gives a great opportunity for a less expensive alternative for respite care, a more informal version for those that aren't so severely impaired, and could be really helpful for families that are wanting to take in their aging relatives.
And we just have a short time left, but does this mean a constant revision or revisiting of regulations?
Well, I think it does highlight the fact that people have to be thoughtful about application of regulations and make sure we're getting what we want out of them and not just getting overly legalistic and thoughtless.
Thanks for being with us.
Happy to be
We've
here.
been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Ross. I'm Jill Horner.